Oh, hello friends, it's I, John Summit, and today I'm going to teach you how I made the percussion on my track Viva Voce. Alright, so before we get to the percussion, I normally start a track with a kick and bass as it's the foundation of the track. First, we have a short and punchy kick with a nice top end. Next is the bass, which is just a saw wave made in Ableton's operator, which has a few notes in F minor and pitch bend. Altogether, it sounds like this. So, what I like to do for the percussion is follow that same melody that the bass gave us. This track doesn't have any synth elements, so what's driving the melody in this track is both the bass and the percussion. The percussion for the track sounds like this. So when I play both the bass and the percussion together, notice how they both follow the same kind of melody or motif, so they both groove together along nicely. Alright, so now let's get to actually programming the percussion. So we want to have multiple different elements that cover the full frequency spectrum and create a motif out of it. Here I have bongos, claves, snares, sticks, and more. I also like to pitch up and down certain bongos, so like the bongos could be like bum 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 or bum bum bum. Also, the key is to make sure that each sound has their own space in the mix, so that's why using multiple different elements. You have like a clave that's very high in the frequency spectrum, or a low bongo or a low tom that's like in the lower mids. Also, I make all my percussion in audio because for me it's easier to make a groove with the audio visuals rather than just using MIDI where you can only see like the MIDI note hits. Alright, so let's go through each sound one at a time now. So first we have a high bongo. Now a low bongo, which it's pitched down. Now I chopped up a bongo loop that adds some groove to the track. Next is another low bongo. Now here I chopped up like a tonal perc loop that adds some kind of background to the track. It's nice texture. And then here's what it all sounds like together right now. I also added a snare 4 bars in to add some variation. Next we have another texture bongo. We have a tonal perc here. More bongos. I pitched the third one down here. Another tonal perc. Some claves. That really helps fill out the high end there. And then I have another stick right here. That helps kind of fill out the high mids too. Some texture. And then I have some texture drums, which is kind of nice on top. So if you notice, I use a mixture of both samples and loops. I find that using both really helps add to the groove, as loops can have some cool grooves and texture to it, and samples you can have more direct control over the beat. Lastly, I have a djembe fill at the end of each 8 to 16 bars that has its own unique melody to it. Notice how I had a mixture of pitches to it that gave it its own melody, which makes it sound more interesting and dynamic. So now that we have the percussion done, let's see what it sounds like all together. Alright, so let me know if that helped. I have the project file and samples for this video in the YouTube description if you want to check that out. And thanks for watching.